Anchovies. Ew. People get anchovies on their pizza. Did you know that? Yeah. You be a gold down Yes, actually, whenever sardines, when they go to feed, and the dolphins, when they push them to the top, and then once, yeah, and then once they start feeding, all the birds follow the dolphins, and then whatever's on top. Hey, big man.
What's up, Amber?
How are you?
Today has been flying by.
Yeah, it has. I feel like I need more time in the day.
Just need better focus. Better focus.
Yeah, I think so. But since my kids go back to school a little half of the week, I have a little bit more focus than trying to go do this, go do that, go do this.
I understand that full heartedly.
Did you receive my text of her response?
We'll see if it's okay with my clients or something like that.
No, she just
We'll see if
says,
it's acceptable to mine.
yeah, we'll see if yeah,
It's the same thing, just worded better.
yeah. You don't think that she would try to pull something? You don't. I mean, right? Wouldn't that be unethical or?
Yeah, it would be very unethical. I don't think she's trying to pull anything. I think it was just an oversight on her thinking it read an extra $1,000. Because even if you're a broker or even if this is forever, sometimes you just fail to remember that the addendum overwrites the contract. So it's an addition to or a change to. So it's having that conversation.
Yeah, and I think that's why I was like, she's been really helpful. That's why I'm just like, I don't think she would either. I just want to know, things like that in the field, does that ever, does that happen where people try to change things?
They feel like they're changing one thing, they're going to change it all. Good. What do we got in here? Oh, we got snacks.
What kind of snacks?
I'm eating cheese stick. Semi-healthy-ish, but still not very good for you at all.
Well, it depends on which book you read.
Sure. And what diet fads going on at the moment or whatever bullshit.
Exactly. I'm actually supposed to start F45 in October out here at Rita Ranch. F45 is like orange, what is it, Orange Theory or Orange? Yeah. But it's F45 is owned by Donnie Wahlberg or Mark Wahlberg, one of the Wahlberg brothers. It's HIT training, HIT training.
High intensity targeting.
Yep. We'll see how it goes if I don't pass out the first day.
HIIT, it's high intensity interval training.
Exactly. Hi, Robin.
I'm just doing push-ups every night because I have to.
That's good. How many are you up to?
Today's day 13. I'm doing 22 a day.
Can you do 30 tonight?
I can definitely do 30, but the challenge is to do 22 push-ups a day for 22 days.
Oh, okay.
It helps spread awareness for the 22 vets that kill themselves.
I know what you're talking about, but I just didn't know if you just do more.
The other day, I forgot to record myself, and I did 22, and did another 22, or I thought I did 22. Come to find out, I actually did 26. So.
Oh, okay. Well, thanks for doing that.
Mm-hmm. And then yesterday I did 23 because I can't count.
It's okay.
Well, and you have those furry helpers.
I do it where my dogs can attack me because I know people watch the videos for the dogs. Where is everyone? Why so late? Latency? No one's picking up anything. They're just lazy. I don't get it. It bugs me.
And we're definitely going to need to time block if we're going to have this life by design.
That's right. Get him. Get him, Robin.
Renee's here. Robin's here. Jason's here. Adriana's here. All the good people are here. I feel like there's things missing from our productivity group. Send the broadcast. Hi, Renee. Where are you?
Office.
Whose office?
Jason's office, my office.
I didn't know you guys had a metal board. That's pretty neat.
Yeah.
I'm not used to that. Not used to that view.
Yeah.
Yes. I say, didn't he normally have a background up? I think when he talks.
Yeah, I think he normally has a background up. Yeah, because that's been there forever. So since I started.
Did we send the wrong room number?
It was
No,
the right
it's fine.
one.
Go ahead, Renee.
Oh no, because Cindy went. I've got an email that said Cindy went into your other room. Oh, there she is. Wrong room, Cindy.
Hello.
Hello. I got an email that you logged into my other room, and I was all.
I know. Excuse me. My email on my computer hadn't updated.
Oh.
I didn't refresh it. So I'm like, oops.
Speaking of that, I updated my phone. I have an iPhone, and now it says back agent. It says back agent something. I don't know, but it keeps popping up and is like details, and I click on
Back
the
agent
details, and
calendar or something like that.
I don't know, but it looks like something's not wanting to comply.
Weird.
I used to get that when I worked at Iowa. It was part of their like system integration.
As I say, it didn't do it before I ran the update, but once I
That's weird.
ran the update, now I keep getting just notifications in the middle of what I was doing. It's weird.
That's not good. Well, anyways, good morning, good afternoon, good night, whatever part of the day you're watching this or being part of this video in. It is the 5th day of the year. What have you done so far?
3 under contract. Well, 4. One's a new construction. Hopefully,
The new
we will
construction?
close all 3 or 3 of the 4 end of October, beginning of November.
I had one close today.
Congrats.
We had both sides of it too. So.
Oh,
Yeah.
high five! Yes.
So the goal, what's the goal for December for PC?
50.
GP. Oh, 50. What
50 closings for PC.
total? Right?
Total, 50 closings in December.
Do I still count towards PC since I joined the team or not? Yeah.
Well, you're still on the roster, so.
Okay.
We count you.
You count.
I show up either way. Like, I just
So
didn't know if I
50
counted or
closings-
not.
Which is our goal to get us in the right momentum for next year. 2021 is where we're at now. I sent everyone an email this morning, the profit allocations form, like creating a life by design. By a thumbs up or raise a hand. Who did it?
Raise a hand. Dory.
Hey, Dory.
Started.
Do referral closes count as a close in December?
Referrals are nice, but I'm not going to consider them closings because I'm going to consider those icing.
Oh, okay.
But referrals, I mean, we'll count them. We'll put them on the roster, but I want to consider
Okay.
actual property sides closed.
Like incoming or
Got it.
outgoing?
I think a referral's a referral. If you got referrals coming in December, fantastic.
So it'll count as like your own income.
What's that?
I think I froze.
A little bit.
Okay. Yeah.
So
So
what'd you say?
referrals count like toward your income, but not
Yes.
as a closing.
Yeah, they count towards your income. They're just a little icing, just not towards a closing. Because if you want to have that part of your GPS where you want to put referrals on there, you want to have 10 referrals a year, do it. Because it's just going to add to your income goal.
But we're still. How are we supposed to do that in command? I'm still kind of.
Referrals you don't do in command as like a tracking. You just have to you can create an opportunity for them and do all that. I just create a referral agreement, send it to the MCA.
Okay, because I like to keep it track of my GCI, and that's what we're supposed
You
to be
can
doing,
do your
so-
referrals for independent agents. It's really, you can do referrals in the leases area. You can make buyers inbound, sellers outbound, because there's not
Oh.
really a way to track it right now, but that's one way to do it.
Okay. I'm gonna try that then, because I like to keep track of that if I'm running all my numbers in one system.
Yeah, there you go. Makes life easy. All right, who filled out this worksheet I sent you already? Amber did, thank you.
Oh, partially. I have some questions, but partially.
Okay.
I started it, yeah, I don't know all the answers.
Okay, I'm going to share my screen so we can see what we're talking about here. This is it's actually from MAPS Coaching. It's a profit allocation form. It's creating a life by design. The top page is a life by design. Note, monthly is optional. Yearly is required. I want to know on your life by design how much money you need a year for your vacation fund. And I want you to price it out. I want you to think, if we're going to Disney World, we're going to be there for 7 days. We're going to go to Epcot Center. We're going to go to Disney on Ice or whatever they do there. You're going to go to the water park. You're going to go to dinner every night. I want to know the exact dollar amount you've calculated and put in there. I want you to get visual with it. Very, very visual so we can break it down. So what is that? 5, 10 grand? 15,000, depending on how big your family is, a cruise, whatever. That's what this goes here. If you want to break it down by the month, you can. Home improvements. What things do you want to do with your home? If you don't own one, would that be an improvement? Buying one? So what we're doing is your yearly here home improvements. College fund for kids, additional debt reduction. If you want to pay down different loans, if you want to pay off a vehicle, pay off a part of your house. And I know Nicole and her husband are looking to pay off their vehicles so they can start paying down their truck more. Is she still with us? I think Nicole bounced off. We lost Nicole. But that's going to help you out. Buying a new vehicle. Nicole, where'd you go? Nicole.
But what if we want to do these things and we know the total amount of the debt, but we know it's not going to happen in 1 year?
Well, how much do you want to pay down this year?
Depends how much money I make.
No. The money you make is a purpose of what you're trying to do with it. It's never the opposite. Well, I will pay off this if I make the money. No, I want to pay off this amount this year, so I need to make this much. Right? And then add some other things in there. What's another goal you can have on there? What's another yearly goal? What's a goal for next year that you want? Tangible, intangible, maybe an investment. What does it look like if you have a cash generating asset? Is that going to take some money up front, but it's going to yield some money in the end? What if you want to buy something for somebody else? I'm going to donate $10,000 to charity. The charity's on the call. She's open to it. And then you total it out. Whatever your total is, then you add taxes for your total amount. Why do we add taxes?
So that you're not caught off guard at the end of the quarter or the end of the year.
Oh, thank you, Ms. Tess, for that. Brilliant. So you're not caught off guard. This is a profit allocation form. Where are we going to spend our profits? What are profits?
I don't know.
It's what's left after
It's
everybody
been so
else.
long since I've had any. I don't know what it is.
I was gonna say what we net, what we take home.
This is where we net and take home. So we need to start changing our thought processes, Tess. This is what we're all doing right now. Is we're moving towards 2021 in a better mindset, in a better direction, and a much faster rate of speed. And we're going to capitalize on it. We're going to make some damn profit, okay?
I have
We're going to make
all
some
of that
profit.
in
Where are we
mind.
going to spend it? So you put your tax rate on there because after taxes, bam, you need to know how much you need in profit after taxes. Next, you have your survival goals. And that's where this sheet comes in. This is what you need to, I apologize, I left my number in there when I sent it. Whatever your mortgage payment, house payment, rent payment, whatever it is, Fill it out. Food, including restaurants and groceries, utilities, monthly payments for student loans, credit cards, or any other allocations, alimony, revolving credit, your charge card for Ross and Kohl's and Best Buy.
Did you
Child care
send those
tuition.
documents?
What was that?
Did you send those documents?
Yes, I emailed it this morning. Check your
Hmm.
spam. If I'm hitting your spam filters, go and take me off your spam filter. Big Dan is not spam. I just sent a lot of emails. Damn you, Google.
Once you unmark them as spam like 3 times, then it'll automatically go to your inbox.
Yeah, usually I don't have a problem with that.
But same
Yeah,
thing.
and all of the KWSA emails are going to spam initially when they switched over. So
Yeah.
Mine aren't, and I don't have it. Okay. I got your GPS video email. But I don't have the forms.
I'm gonna forward them to you, Tess. Okay.
No problem. Thank you.
I just sent them again, Tess.
Okay.
But this one breaks it down by month. Food, housing, clothing, shelter, blah, blah, blah. So we know what your expenses are. When was the last time you looked at your budget and knew where your expenses were?
hello, this is Renee.
Hi, Renee, it's Dan. So
I
same
got it,
thing,
I
you
got
need to
it,
throw
Ian.
tax on it too, because if you need $4,000 and you make $4,000, would they take tax out of it? Do you have $4,000? You may have $4,000, but you just put yourself in a tax hole that's not a good place to be. So take your taxes out. Now you got your monthly totals with tax.
Whew.
Now multiply that by 12, that gives you your grand total year. And you can put the two of them together. Life by design, gross income needed, how many transactions, personal and business survival goals. Gross income, no, average commission. I don't know what your average commission is. These are something you should know. This is something that you should have figured out. You should know that if you sell $300,000 houses, your average commission is a little higher than someone who sells $100,000 houses. So gross commission income needed, including taxes. So that's why we did the tax totals, the yearly on both, right? We can find out how many gross commissions we need to do. Now let's jump screens. I did mine in Excel because, well, I'm a nerd. And come on, where's my new share thing at? Come on now. Come on, Mr. Zoom, start working for me. There we go. Thumbs up, you can see my Google Chrome. We're gonna close this one. Don't save. All right, now we're gonna go to the other one, so hopefully it'll bounce it back. There we go, thumbs up, we got it. Thank you, Miss Guys. On here, we can see vacation fund, 15,000 a year, home improvements, 25,000 a year, college fund, 5,000 a year. I got lucky, my son's young and I got a lot of time to pay for college and hopefully he's going to trade school. Additional debt reductions, 50,000 a year, down payment for investment property, 40,000 a year, new vehicle, $40,000. So I need $175,000 based on my 22% tax rate, which is what I paid in taxes last year. I'm at $38,500 in taxes, bringing my net total to $213,000, right? That's where you're doing this stuff. It's easy, like your house payment, food, utilities, credit, everything. I need $47.65 a month at 25% income is what I paid personally. I need just shy of $6,000 a month income to pay off my debts. That is what we call a survival goal. Just to pay off what you do now. Not living, not thriving. We can even break this down a step further, and we will. But then I look at my business expenses. What do I do, for my market center cap? Looking at everything, it's $36,000 a year, roughly, business expense. Add the two of them together, and I need to add that in. Go back to our form. There we go. do that. Why are you so many lines? Clearly I had this planned out. There we go. So I need $213,000, Life by Design. My average commission, $6,300 per deal. So I take equals this plus that equals this divided by that. And this is just the data. Oh well, it'll be dollars, but we're just gonna figure this out. All right, as you can clearly see, and this is not added together, I need 17 deals a year with my average commission to pay for what I need to pay for every year. That's attainable, right? Now, to add where I need to be personally, I need to add 34 deals to my pipeline. I got some big eyes on that one. That means I not only need to double, I have to triple my production.
Yeah, I just
That
threw up.
means this is actually $51 total deals. $51 total deals. That's what I need you guys to do real quick. You can do your grand total to thrive. I need $320,475, 51 deals. I don't know why it's saying that that's a dollar amount, but I'm also in Google Sheets, so I don't even see where it says text. Plain text. 51 deals. It's pretty easy a summation. When you're saying, hey, I don't know what to put on my GPS, right? That's why we're starting with this sheet. Your GPS, we sent those out last week, right? Your goals, your priorities, your strategies. So what's your goal for the year now?
Dan, can you explain to me the market center cap plus royalty, the cost of sales? Like, is that the same for everybody or?
Yeah, it's 13,000 for the new cap when it changes. So
Wait, the banner royalties 13,000?
no, royalty and cap.
Oh, royalty and cap.
10,000 royalty, or 10,000 cap and 3,000 royalty.
What will it be for teams for the cap?
Whatever your cap is, I don't know.
Okay.
Does that change at the beginning of the year?
I'm not entirely sure. Is it the way it's written, the way it reads is that after you cap in 2021, it resets to the new cap.
Yeah.
So if you cap in December of 2020, you would have to wait until December 2020 to get the new cap. I don't like that. So I'm pushing back on it. I have a meeting with Jay on Friday.
I thought it was whenever your anniversary year was.
Anniversary.
When you reset, they say call it reset. So if your anniversary is January 2021, congrats. If your January is December of 2020, I'm sorry. That's why I'm getting it. I'm pushing to get it changed because it
Yeah,
doesn't.
that's
make
really
sense.
not fair, I guess.
It's not at all. It doesn't make any sense. Because Amber just reset, right?
In September, I reset.
And she capped in August and then reset in September. She reset back to the 15.3.
Oh, I
And then
see.
so it would be until September of next year, but she gets the 10-3. I don't like that. I don't think it's fair.
Mine's in considered August 1st, yeah, so.
It's March.
But I have a goal to cap anyway, so
I don't want you guys to have a goal to cap. And why I say that, and no disrespect, just why I say that, I'm glad Amber brought that up, is that your goal should not to be to cap. Your goal should to be a little life by design. Capping becomes part of it. If you're making $90,000 a take home, you have capped. You have capped and then some. You're probably close to $160,000 in GCI, which means that you're probably around 18 to 19 transactions, 100, maybe 20 transactions if they're higher yield. But I want you to do this math. It's very simple. I'm actually working on the Excel spreadsheet, so I can just send you as an Excel spreadsheet, just put in the numbers. But it's important for you to do the calculations yourself. It's important to get out the calculator, hit the numbers. It's important to do the math because then it resonates in your brain a whole lot more firmly when you see, and you guys all saw 17 deals. Okay, that's not bad. Noticing I'm at 30 plus this year already. 17's not, I'm already there. My life by design is double that again. 17 plus 34, bringing me to 52 total deals. I work average of 10 months out of the year. I need to close how many deals a year?
50.
A month?
5 a month. That's a stretch goal for me. I need to close a couple more because on top of that, I'm also you guys. I'm your coach. My business is you. But if I get everyone on the screen, every one of you, all 12 of you awesome individuals, to increase your potential up here, and then the output changes with it, what's that going to do for your lives? If you're doing 6 this year and next year you do 12, fantastic. Why didn't you do 18? Why didn't you double your goal again? The problem we as small-minded thinkers, and we all are to a degree, is that we don't understand that much money. We don't understand where to allocate that much money. When I did this first part, this is something my coach had me doing. I was like, this is a great exercise. I'd like to bring it to my clients. And she said, no, that's absolutely fine. She's like, you understand the model, you understand what we're doing here. The problem is you got to think big. And some of those things, I don't take vacations. I took an afternoon off once and I got really, really uncomfortable. Yeah, you guys are laughing at that because you know it's true. I left my phone inside and I went swimming. I came back and I was a little angsty. Anxiety went through the roof. But that being said, I want you guys to think as big as you possibly can. What does your life by design look like? And if you feel bold, share it. Go ahead, Amber.
yeah. Well, that's why when I say capping, to me, I feel like as soon as I cap, I can push and push and push because I know I'm going to be 100%. Just because when I say a goal is capping, it's only because I want to cap sooner than I did last year because it's not about necessarily capping, but it's still attainable. If I saw it's measurable. Like my numbers aren't measurable until you have a full year, right? To even really know where you're going. So when I talk about capping this year, I want to cap the fastest so I can actually do more with, my transactions that I have coming up after I cap. So I understand when I say goal to cap, it's not necessarily my goal to cap, but the goal is to be 100% and make sure I get as many deals as I can underneath that 100%. Because it's going to benefit me.
I just want to change our mindset around it. Because when you say my goal is to cap, even though I know what you're meaning, I want to cap sooner and faster, we are still limiting ourselves with that. My goal is to cap. And notice how many of us, and look at your lives, look at what's happened in your life, where you have always been able to just squeak by. I've always had what I need, right? I always seem to make it just by the skin of my teeth, but I always seem to make it. You know why? What is it that causes us to squeak by?
Lack of.
Limited.
Feeling of unworthiness.
Okay. Lack, feelings, feeling unworthy, limiting beliefs. The limiting belief that we've always known.
I haven't always known it. I used to be like, boom, and I was there.
What changed?
Trauma,
Okay.
life trauma.
That will actually be a factor. I've gone through life trauma too. There's two responses to life trauma. Isn't there? To let it change you or to let it motivate you.
Some of it has to be healing, though. It
All
does
of it needs to be
actual
healing.
healing. It does. It's not just a decision.
All of it needs to be healing.
And you learn how resilient you are.
I used to be.
You still are.
I don't know.
You're
Me on
here.
a weekly basis.
You're here, Tess.
Yeah. I'm here in view.
But that's the
Internet.
thing is let's start. I want you to start looking at your allocations. What are you going to apply the money for? I talk to people all the time, and you know what they say? In real estate, what do you want to make? How much do you want to make your first year in real estate? What do you think the average number is?
100,000.
100,000. Yeah, baby. Why do you think they're saying 100,000?
Because it's easy to say.
Yep.
It's
It's
just
a
a number.
goal based on unfathomable beliefs that they've currently held. How many of you have made $100,000 in a year?
What do you mean?
$100,000 a year.
With both of my everything that I have, I can.
How many of you have made $100,000 a year? I don't care where it came from, legal or otherwise.
Oh, yeah.
Devlin.
Years ago.
You notice how she raised it legal, right?
Hey, I come from humble roots. I know these things happen. How much is $100,000 a year monthly? You should know at the top of your head. $83,334. It's $8,334. So my brain is so hardwired to $1 million a year, so I spew out the $1 million answer. What's $1 million a year? $83,334. We have a hard time justifying a goal and growing towards that goal because we don't know how that money works. We don't, for lack of a better understanding, we don't know how to spend it.
Oh, I know.
Gold does that thing, right, Charity? The writing the check. How much would you spend? You got $4,000, now spend it. You got $8,000, now spend it. You got $10,000, now spend it. Part of that allocation is savings, investments, charitable donations. Does anyone remember what I talked about earlier when we all met, what I like to do around Christmas time every year?
For the whole family to get together.
Yeah, I like to get families together. I like to go out to restaurants. And then during the holidays, I will give at least one waiter at a simple like lunch or something, a $100 bill tip. My goal this year was to be able to do that to 10 people and not worry about it. $1,000 in one day. Just giving out cash. And then I was challenged. Why not do that to 1,000 people? Okay, now I'm listening.
I see Cindy's face.
What would it look like for my life if I had the ability to give away $100,000? So 10,000 people got $100.
That's a lot of eating out.
It's a lot. Yeah, I'm gonna gain some weight. No, I'm kidding. I would do random things, but to a point in my life where I can give away $100,000. Just donate $100,000.
That would make me uncomfortable.
It should make you uncomfortable because you don't have that money to give right now. Key point.
Are we talking in 1 year? Or
1 year.
1 year, okay.
1 year. $100,000.
Divide that
Just think about that. Like if that's your goal, because I came with humble roots. Like I grew up middle class. I'm not afraid to say that my friends thought I was rich. They didn't know my dad was in debt. I would much rather be rich than look rich. And I'm on that path because I'm changing my mindset around it. But as a kid, I was a server at Waffle House, my very first job. And I remembered one night a lady and her husband came in a blue minivan, non-assuming, just a simple little minivan. Looked like it was from the 90s. Middle class husband and wife came in 8, 9 o'clock at night and left my server, her name was Becca, a $100 bill as a tip. Watching her reaction and how it literally changed her life. That somebody that did not know her, that came in, got coffee and pie, left a $100 tip, and walked out of her life and never talked to her again. It was a gracious gesture that changed her life. So I saw that and I vowed that every Christmas I would do the same. So my goal is to do that more and more and more and more. What's a $100 bill to a 16-year-old? It's a month worth of games and candy. That's a lot.
We used to have a group, when I waited tables in Texas, there was a rich rice farmer's son who used to bring in like 10 or 12 of his friends. They'd fly him in on a helicopter and whatnot, and they would always ask for me. And they would leave me $600 every single time that they came in. That was my rent for the month. That's exciting. I wish I was waiting tables again.
That's the thing, is that we look at, okay, we can't spend the money. Okay, let's give it away. That's part of my giving. That's part of my desire to give back. Is the more I make, the more I can give. I want a new vehicle so I can give my sister one. Has my world grown? Has my vision of money grown? My understanding of what can be, what will be has grown. Now I'm going to ask you, what does a mindset shift look like for you? Where you're at now, what does doubling that look like? Where does tripling that look like? What does that afford you? Anyone? Share.
Well, I know it's the lives that I can impact. It's helping my daughter pay for nursing school, to buy a house, helping my brother who wants to live in Sonoyta to pay for the alternative septic that his property needs, you know, impacting those around me.
What is that going to cost?
A lot of money.
How much?
So I know, you know, I know what the student loan is. That's like 13,000. It's like
Okay.
20 grand for the septic I want to do,
Okay.
you know, helping buy the house.
How much you need to buy the house?
So I need to research to know exactly how much.
Throw a number out there.
Throw a number? Well, ultimately the house is going to be like $350,000, but
So you need 20% down, right? And 70 grand. So right now we're at $103,000 in contributions. It's uncomfortable feeling, isn't it? 103,000. Okay, what does it take to get there? How are we going to give back $103,000 making $48,000 a year?
I've got to do a lot more.
And I believe you will. That's what I want you guys to start thinking, guys and gals, is change the way you look at money, change the way you look at things. When you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. I have a friend of mine, very close friend of mine. You could call him my best friend. I call him a brother. I had dinner with him on Sunday and we were talking about life. I was in car sales. He was a plumber. He hated working with his hands. And I talked to him, hey, man, you can make a ton of money in car sales. He was reluctant to start over, but we sat and talked, and he looked at it. He made $179,000 the next year. And he went home clean. And since then, he has not made much less than that. His outcomes directly correlated to what he expected out of it. He built a lifestyle around making $179,000 a year. Very expensive lifestyle, right? Brand new cars, fancy clothes. No, he still drives the same truck he bought in 2013, rents a home with his wife. They have another kid on the way, and he just keeps throwing money in the bank. But he got excited to collect the paychecks. He got excited to collect the decimal points in his bank account. And he got excited to see the commas start coming in. Just because you're making a ton of money doesn't mean it's going to change you as a person. It's just going to change the way life happens to you. Thumbs up, raise a hand if you've ever had something happen and you did not know how you were going to pay for it.
Like
Right?
kids?
Kids. I was 30 years old when I knew I was having a kid. You know what my first thought was? Can you guess?
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Fuck, how am I going to support this? How am I going to support a kid? I can't support myself.
Mhm.
I was making $150,000 a year and I thought that. Talk about limiting thoughts. It's because it's not about the money. It's our vision of it. But I can tell you that now that I've learned that no matter where I go in life, money's there. You'll find it. It's just how we respect it. So it all starts with our goals. If you have not done your profit allocation worksheet, you need to. I would love for you to send them to me. It will be part of our discussions when we sit one-on-one and go over your goals for next year. Who's ready to have that conversation?
Me.
I'm still stuck.
Tim,
at-
Charity,
I'm
there you
still
go.
stuck at-
Let's get on the calendar. We're going to get some GPSs. We're going to get some 411s. Who watched the videos I sent this weekend?
I'm still stuck at it's not the vision of the money. It's the vision of me. I don't believe I can do it.
Well, then when you get free, or go do it right now, take a dry erase marker and go write on your bathroom mirror, good things happen to me because I deserve them.
It's not about deserving it. It's
What's it about then?
capability.
How are you incapable?
I don't think I have what's necessary.
I have to challenge that, Tess. Do you have all 10 fingers?
Yes,
Do you have all 10 toes?
yes.
Do you have your abilities to read, write?
Come on, Zoe, stop.
Yes,
Can you hear me? Can you see what you're doing? Can you voice your opinion?
sometimes too well.
Then you are 90% there. You know where the other 10% is? It's about a 6-inch gap. You know where that gap is? Someone help her out? Right here.
Not that.
Mindset.
It's your mindset. You have the abilities, you have the skill set, and even though the clients don't feel like they're just swimming towards you and you feel like you're always upstream, it's your abilities to shift the mindset around that. I have calls all day from agents that are having difficult conversations and difficult situations, and they ask me, and I seem to be able to solve it like it's a 2 + 2 math equation. It's all in your response to it. If you've been through it a million times, it's a lot easier than your first time. Tess, you've been working with this one client, it was your first really time, and it's been a hell shot fire. You're doing paperwork I wouldn't do because I don't like doing hard signing stuff. If they don't like doing emails, I set them up a computer and an email.
Yeah.
That's difficult, but it doesn't mean you're not cut out for this. You are somebody's perfect agent. I'm taking off my coach hat and going into motivator, but you are somebody's perfect agent. They don't want the fluff. They don't want the BS. They want the answers. They want the options, and they want to move forward. You know what they call those people? High Ds, also known as investors. Some people struggle with investors because they're not fluffy and they have a hard time just giving them the information. We just need to find you your cup of tea. Somebody's thirsty. So quit telling yourself that. Quit saying that you're not cut out for this. There's 100 agents, including one on this call, that haven't even passed their test, and you did that. No offense, Jason, but you're struggling through it. He's not a minority. I talk to new agents every day, and a majority of them will never pass the test. Jason has earned my respect and his fortitude for how much he's fought for this. And I know when he gets licensed and he's legal to be an agent, he will outrun most of you. I say most of you because there's a couple out there that I know are going to select, Amber, bring it. Let's go. I'm okay with some competition. I'm okay with you guys having a little bit of, wagers on things. It's going to grow you. But if one of you does 20 and the other one does 22 just to beat you, are you not both ahead? It all starts with how you look at your career. Knowing, and I've said this 100 times, being 100% real about where you are at right now. Being honest with yourself. Where am I at right now? And then being very unrealistic about where you can go. How many stories do you think were ever told about somebody who got into real estate and changed their life? I became a realtor. I changed my life. I bought a house. I bought my mom a house. I got my whole family out of poverty. Do you think that's a rare occasion? How many people at Walmart can say, I got a job at Walmart. I bought a house. I bought my mom a house and changed our whole life? No. I'm sorry. The world wants you to exchange time for money. I want you to exchange ideas and results for money. Real estate is the highest dollar per hour activity you can ever do. So, fill out your stretch goals. Fill out your life by design. Somebody give me something on theirs that you're going to put on there. What is something you're going to put on there? Robin, $13,000 for, sorry, was it $20,000 for nursing school? I know your daughter comes first. I know you love your brother, but your daughter comes first.
Yep, for sure.
So $20,000 this 2021, right? We're going to pay that off. $20,000. There's one.
Mhm.
Something else.
Home improvement.
What are you going to do?
I'm gonna redo my kitchen.
What's it going to look like?
I'm gonna rip out this island behind me and redo it.
Okay. Are you going to paint the wall, change the cabinet colors?
That's up in the air.
What color are appliances?
If you ask me, yes. If you ask my husband, probably no.
Well, if you're paying for it, he can't say it, right?
I know, right? True. Yeah.
So what is it going to look like?
Well, I'm looking at designs right now, but I have it's a 2-level type of island. So I want to do 1 level. And instead of doing like a countertop for people, like for bar stools, I want to add cabinets because I need more storage.
Okay.
Do that. Not too sure what else I want to do. Probably maybe replace the tile.
Okay.
Sorry?
Let's put a dollar figure on it.
Oh, we got a quote already. It's going to be probably about 20,000 with everything, something like that. To do, I think that includes cash.
The word probably is keeping your brain from making it a solid line to it.
Well, I'm trying to remember if it was like 20 or
So $25,000.
about 25.
About, again, you're using a softening word.
I am, because I can't remember the exact quote, but I know it's around there.
That's the thing. Our brains will do that.
Uh-huh.
I can say, like, when I tell you guys, hey, this is not really optional. Not really is a double negative. Hey, it's around 3 o'clock. No, it's at 3 o'clock, and this is not optional. It's going to be $25,000. It's $20,000 for nursing school.
Mm-hmm.
It's $50,000 to get out of the rental that you're living in, buy a house, and be happy so that your son can have more space to play and your cat can destroy your computer. I'm looking at you, and you know I'm looking at you. Hard numbers make very stiff emotions. Logic makes us think, emotions make us act.
What if we don't know the number? What do we put? Do we go overshoot?
Put a number.
Okay. I put a number.
Put a number. I knew I needed $40,000 to remodel my house. Guess how much money I made in January? It's weird how that works out.
$40,000.
Oh,
I did. I made $43,000 in 1 month. I hadn't done that since I was a sales director.
Wow.
Because I had an ultimate end goal. I was 100% focused on my goal to buy a house, get out of the situation I was in, because of what it was going to yield for my son and I. Buying stuff doesn't just feel good. It's what the good does for it. Like paying off a house, paying off a debt. What's it going to do for you? If you're buying an investment property, what is the investment money going to do for you? Very rarely does the joy of collecting money elicit enough of an emotional response for it to be a driving factor. The last person I found that to be true, his last name was McDuck. What was his first name?
Scrooge.
Exactly.
I struggle a little bit because when I know I can do something, I'm like, ooh, I'm going to do more. Oh, I'm going to do more. At what point should I like pump the brakes to, but I'm trying to figure out, do I put more money toward my properties that I own currently, or do I keep investing in more properties, or do all three? So I'm just kind of out there.
Yes. The answer is yes. And we'll talk about that. We'll make a game plan. We'll line it out. We overestimate what we can do in 12 months, but we severely underestimate what we can accomplish in 5 years. 5 years ago, are you where you wanted to be?
Personally, yes, I am where I want to be right now.
Yeah, you're retired on the right path. I know that. The rest of you. 5 years ago, if you say in 5 years, this is where I'm going to be, are you there? That's a hard thing to swallow, isn't it? So part of your experience is now we're doing your profit allocation form. I sent it to him today. You should have them in your emails. Next, we're gonna do 5 things. You guys have a piece of paper, you need to write this down. 1, what goals did you set for 2020? What goals did you accomplish? What goals did you not accomplish? What was the major deciding factor that kept you from achieving your goal? What are our goals going to be for 2021? What are we moving forward? Do you mind if I share your experience on this, Charity? Go ahead, tell us. How did it feel to go through that experience? You're muted.
Okay. It was really, 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 really uncomfortable.
Why is that? What made it uncomfortable?
I'm not as far as I wanted to be. Not even close. So some things are, well, we were talking about this, but like personal life, a lot of things are better, but as far as financially, not even close. So.
And if we were to follow down that financial path further and into, you know, negative, what would happen to those personal things that improved?
They'd get worse.
They'd get worse. So there was a bright point in there. You did realize you accomplished more than you ever thought you had accomplished. I don't want to get stuck on small victories, and I will never be a participation trophy giver. You guys understand that, right? Congratulations, you participated, here's a trophy. No, I don't believe in that.
That's more harmful a lot of times than
100% agree. 100% agree. Just showing up is not good enough. Just showing up is a great place to start. Now, going through that exercise, what goals have I done? What goals have I accomplished? What goals did I set? What goals did I accomplish? What goals did I miss? What made me miss them? What am I moving into 2021? What are my goals going to be for 2021? And this might be a completely new train of thought for you. You've never thought about formalizing putting goals on a piece of paper. It may not be something you're comfortable with. But I can tell you that when you become uncomfortable in growth, soon you will find the comfort to be where you want to be. You ever sat around all day, lazy Sunday or something, just sat on the couch and vegged out? You're like, I need a day. Just going to be lazy today. I'm gonna watch movies. I'm going to do my thing. And then like later in the day, you felt worse because you're like, I haven't done shit today. You know, please, somebody, can I get I've done that. Yeah, that was me once, right? I've done there. You know why? It's because no matter what we're doing, this is us. We're staying in place, right? We're either growing and we're uncomfortable because we're stretching, and then we become comfortable. We're okay with it. We've done it, right? We feel good now. We've gotten used to the pain. I've been doing push-ups now for a week and a half, and I can do 22 straight now without crying. Or I can sit on the couch where I'm comfortable. I can eat some snacks that taste good to me, and I just feel good. But then all of a sudden, like, time goes on. I don't feel so good. My body doesn't feel good. I feel fluffy. I'm not comfortable, right? We're going to be in discomfort either way. I would much rather push myself through discomfort to get to a higher plateau of comfort than to slowly dissolve and decay into discomfort. It's not easy. It's not. It's simple. Write your goals down. Create a plan around them. Execute the plan. Which one of you on this call has the best chance of achieving their goals?
We all do. We all should.
How do you think you make that happen?
By doing what you need to do to get it done.
You know, please, somebody tell me if you've ever heard me say, if you do what you're supposed to do, how you're supposed to do it, when it's supposed to be done, you will be successful. If you do what I tell you to do, when I tell you to do it, and how I tell you to do it, you think you're going to get it done right?
Yep.
I have a problem. I go to my coach. My coach, okay, this is what you need to do. This is how you need to do it. This is where you need to do it. It's not always about giving you the answer. It's oftentimes asking you the question so that you can hear yourself give yourself the answer. I used
all
to
the
ask
time?
questions. Yeah, all the time. You just talk to yourself, Amber. We need to get that looked at.
Yeah, I was told that if you don't answer yourself, you're okay.
Oh, wow. I'm in trouble. So this is the first week. Like I said, we're going to do a 6-week course on this. We're going to start talking about business development. We're going to talk about goals, but I am going to sit down or Zoom down one-on-one with you guys. And we're going to do some goal sets. And in order to do that, I'm going to need your asset allocations, your profit allocation forms, your GPS, and your 411s. And I sent you all the video, great resources. The guy that trains on it did video series. Watch them both. They're phenomenal. It's going to help you slowly win the day. Who was in my call the other day when I talked about winning the day? Just win the day. We don't know who built the Great Pyramids, but I can tell you they were built one block at a time. The Great Wall of China was built one block at a time. It may have had thousands of people putting down one block, but it started with the first block because somebody had a plan to create it. Very rarely are greatness and amazing things created on a whim. They are thought through, they are planned out, and then they are executed upon. Now, commit to yourself. This is your life. Commit to yourself to actually doing these things. What do you think is going to be better for you? Learning how to build a successful life or just learning how to sell real estate?
Successful life.
Right? Real estate is just the vehicle to get you where you want to go. If that's home ownership, mobile home ownership, building ownership, life ownership, if you want to spend all day playing video games at home, you're going to need an income. So how close are you to your passive income to getting there? So I'm going to leave you guys with 6 questions. I want the answers to them right now. If you want to write them down, you can. But I'm going to send them out an email a little bit. I want you to answer these questions deeply. On a scale of 1 to 10, how much does money matter to you? Number 2, on a scale of 1 to 10, how much does financial security matter to you? Financial independence, financial security, same thing. On a scale of 1 to 10, if you were hit by a bus tomorrow and could no longer work, how close are you for your passive income to pay for your active expenses and lifestyle? Number 4, is that a problem we need to address? And number 5, if I asked one of your family members on a scale of 1 to 10 how much financial security mattered to them, what do you think they would say? Number 6, this is where it rings home. If it matters more to the people around you, why doesn't it matter as much to you? I want you to define the numbers. 1 to 10, I want you to define it because I'm going to challenge you on it. Why did you give it a 4? Why did you give it a 6? Because I want you to be able to tell me what the ratings mean. And then you're going to help me understand what your lifestyle looks like right now and what your ideal lifestyle, a lifestyle by design, looks like in the future. Do you think if we can get this exercise done, you're going to have a much better picture of how 2021 is going to roll out for you? We thought COVID was going to shut the world down. It sped things up. The world is less smiley because we can't see each other's face, but it sped everything up.
I see everyone's right here.
So I want you to find the grace in things, but we're going to start with these activities. So fill out your forms, email them to me. Let's find a time that works best for you to do a Zoom call. I think we need to be between 30 and 45 minutes, probably ideal. I'll probably be doing 2 or so a day in the next coming weeks. If I need help scheduling them, I'll have my admins call you and we'll get you on the schedule. If you want to be first and let's get it done, it's just how much faster you can get your life moving.
Can you go
What
over?
we do here is not just sell real estate. It's build better lives. Go ahead, Cindy.
Sorry. Can you go over really quick on that math?
Math?
The math.
Yeah, so your average commission So
Right.
if you know what that is, how much you need to make, which is going to be your grand total of your Life by Design, and the grand total of your business and personal expenditures. So you're going to put those in those boxes, and then you divide your gross commission needed by your average commission, and it gives you how many transactions you need. If you have a $6,000 average commission and you need $120,000 a year, that's 20 deals. That makes sense?
I think so.
So be real with your numbers.
I'll work with it.
You guys really want a fun thing to do for your finances? Go look at your bank statements and your credit card statements and look how many monthly occurrences there are. How many things get charged every month you may not even realize. I bet there's a lot of $2, $12, $11, $9, $19.99, $18.57s that you don't even realize are coming out every month automatically. We all need food, clothing, and shelter. The rest of it was fluff, and we've got a lot of fluff. So start there with your budgets. You can see where they're at. Let's start building Lives by Design. We'll talk soon. Starbucks does not count. It is an expense.
No, my husband and I, we looked at our bank account all last year and configured how much we spent on coffee between Dunkin' Donuts and Starbucks. It was crazy amount. Crazy.
Here's a quick story before we cut out. When I first did this thing, I was in a budgeting class well before real estate. I had spent $600 at Taco Bell the month prior.
Dude,
Wow.
I would
In
buy
one month?
lunch for my guys at the car dealership. Hey, just go take my card, go buy something. $600. It balanced to $295 a month on average. I was spending at the Taco Bell next to my dealership.
Wow.
Exactly. Tell me that wasn't eye-opening. I was spending $1,100 a month on fast food just for buying lunches for people and buying food for myself. It is one of the biggest expenses you don't even know about.
Mm-hmm.
We all think we're like, yeah, $400 or $500. No. Go check it out.
Yeah. Awesome. All right, Dan, thank you so much for today.
Thanks, guys. Talk soon.